So my name is Zoran Solano and I'm from REBAA, as very well introduced there by Ray. Look, thank you very much for inviting me along. We, as was mentioned, we had a similar association gathering earlier in the year, and as was mentioned, we believe there's a strong affiliate relationship possible between REBAA and the AIOFP. So let me tell you a little bit about REBAA and what we are. So REBAA is a buyer's agent association. All of our members are independent property professionals. They're all licensed, they're all acting as buyer's agents, and they do not list or sell real estate. And that's really important of why our members come to us, to separate themselves from those people out in the industry who are selling off the plan, who are recommending those kind of products that may not be suitable for the particular client. So what is a buyer's agent? Just like a real estate agent helps you sell a property, a buyer's agent assists you in the search and purchase, also known as a buyer's advocate. We assist right through the process of searching, evaluating and purchasing property on our client's behalf. And most buyer's agents have different levels of service depending on the client's needs. Everything from a full service right down to something that might be even hourly. Within the service repertoire, we have buyer's agency, or the property buying service, which makes up a large percentage of our members' business, but also vendor advocacy, helping clients sell, property management, and often renovation and development and consulting as well. Again, our agencies are independent. We're very much a cottage industry made up of small practitioners, family-owned businesses and that sort of thing, and we're also fee-for-service. So there's no commission paid from the sale of the property. We generate income from purchasing the property, and there's obviously a massive difference. All of our members are licensed, insured, and act ethically and professionally. We audit that regularly, and members go through a thorough process in their induction into our association as well. And best of all, there's no limit to what our buyer's agents purchase for clients. It could be established, it could be renovated, it could be a renovator, could be a development opportunity, or even brand new, depending on the client's goals. Most buyer's agents, this is what they're known for. They're full service. It's where they assist clients from start to finish throughout the buying process. From understanding their needs and wants, potentially as a home buyer, or understanding their needs and wants and investment goals if they are investors. Helping them search both on and off market, inspecting, shortlisting, evaluating, and undertaking all the relevant due diligence and personal inspection on the buyer's behalf. So if you've got clients who are looking to purchase property and they want to do so safely, they might be time poor, interstate or overseas, this could be a great opportunity, and this is where we find a lot of people going towards buyer's agents. Buyer's agents are not a new thing. We've been around for nearly 20 years, some of the original buyer's agents. I myself have been in this industry for 10 years in my family business, Hot Property Buyers Agency. So what you'll find is each company will have a slight adjustment of their service repertoire, but also what you'll find is they'll have often lesser services where the client might want to be more involved themselves. Auction representation is a big one, especially here in Queensland as we see more auctions become prevalent. Evaluate and purchase, where a client finds their own property, or simply a consulting service on an hourly basis to give someone that peace of mind when they're doing a property purchase or any property renovations or value-adding or potentially development as well. Vendor advocacy service is a big one we're seeing more and more people take advantage of. In the changing market right now, where we're finding people are exiting their interest-only periods, going to interest in principal, their interest rates are coming out of fixed-term time frames. A lot of people are looking potentially to divest of some properties, perhaps underperforming or no longer have a place in their portfolio. And this is where vendor advocacy service undertaken by our members is often a great value add, potentially for you guys if you know you have clients that have properties that they're looking to sell, but they just don't know who to sell it with, is it the right time, and how's that property performing? So vendor advocacy can be a very powerful service that a lot of our members provide as well. Obviously property management, pretty straightforward. Obviously preparing a property for tenants, sourcing tenants and that sort of thing. Most of our agencies have property management as a service. And I guess one of the reasons why I walked up to this handsome gentleman at a property conference a couple of years ago is I saw the opportunity there between REBAA and the AIOFP. And I guess from an association to association, brand recognition for both of our associations, for obviously potential members, but also for the general public, knowing that if you're going to use a buyer's agent or a financial planner, that we should be using members of our relevant associations. But also we wanted to form a trusted partnership. And although this has been established at a high level, association to association, it really is yet to take traction amongst our individual members. And that's really what I'm here today to discuss, is I really want to encourage you guys to jump on the REBAA website, have a look at some buyer's agents that might be close to your geographical area or close to areas where your clients are looking to purchase, and reach out and make a connection. Our buyer's agents will be doing a similar thing, and we'll be encouraging them to do so over the next few months. And we're also looking to do reciprocal newsletter content as well, so we can then start sort of cross-collateralising our knowledge against both associations to better help our members start interlinking with other members. It's all great having the association to association, but we really need members now to take a hold of this opportunity and create those relationships on a local level. We've got various different members as well with different attitudes towards buying property, different strategies. It's really up to you to find the one that best suits your strategy as well and who you feel comfortable with working with. And there's obviously a great referral opportunity there as well. We also have AGM catch-ups, so AGMs and then also local catch-ups. AGM's already been this year, but local catch-ups and Christmas drinks are still occurring. For people here in Queensland, we're having one in about 2 weeks' time at the REBAA Hotel. So if you're interested in coming along and meeting, we have these in Brisbane, Sydney and Melbourne. If you're interested in communicating with some of our members, I'll have my email address up in this next one here, so zoran@hpsva.com.au. If you're interested, give me an email. I'll send you the details of your local state's catch-up, and you guys can then start creating those relationships from there. But again, guys, look, thank you very much for letting me come along today. I think one of the big things to take away from today is a buyer's agent is not simply someone who assists in purchasing a property. They can also assist in being a holistic advisor and a third party to work in with yourself and your services that you provide, but more specialised into the field of property. So thank you very much.
Thanks, Zoran. Do you have any questions for Zoran? He's got to finish a few minutes early. So,
I do have 2 prizes for questions. I've got a pack over there which my colleague Chevy will hand out to any good questions. I'll be deeming what's good question. And in there's a copy of Chris Gray's book. I don't know if anyone's familiar with Chris Gray of Your Empire. He's a very active member of our association. He's kindly donated a couple of books for us to give away as well. So any questions from the floor?
Any questions? Michael?
Zoran, I was at that same property expo where you and Ray hooked up, and that's good. You guys have got a bromance going there. It was a total dud for me being there in my firm on that weekend. However, I saw a lot of people go through the place who were looking to buy property, and the headlines in Sydney weren't very complimentary for property investment that particular weekend. It was sort of just a perfect storm in reverse. But all that aside, you've got people out there who want to help with buying property, and we've got clients who, to our concern at times, love property and we can't get them into anything else.
Mm-hmm.
They all have a need to fund such property, they have a need to insure the liabilities they're taking on, which is other areas where we can do things. They all want advice about structures and how they stop the taxman taking more of it off. I just see the relationship being more in our favour than yours. Are your members already got a lot of alliances doing that, therefore they're not open to talking to us in all areas, or...?
Yeah, that's a good question. So obviously being an association made up of individual businesses, some businesses have existing relationships, just like I assume some of you may already have relationships with buyer's agents. If you do, make sure they're REBAA members. But I think that this integration between the 2 associations is probably something that'll have to filter over a bit of time for those companies to be familiar with each other. But there's definitely an opportunity there, and there is a big gap. Some of our members may have an affiliation already or some sort of agreement in place that they might have, but what I would say generally, it's probably not the case. It's probably a case of why we started this affiliation is we didn't know who to work with that was reputable and who we, as an association, felt comfortable for our members to gravitate towards. And that's hopefully what we've found here.
What do you see the greatest challenge for your association going forward?
I think it's awareness of what a buyer's agent does, a true independent buyer's agent. I think our industry is full of sharks. We all know the property is full of sharks. And for us, it's separating ourselves from those off-the-plan spruikers, from those people who are flogging product that really doesn't suit the client and their investment strategy. So I think that's the biggest challenge for us, is separating us and our members and showing people that to get good advice, you do need to pay for a fee. It's probably not too dissimilar to, I guess, the challenges you guys face as well. Yeah. No worries. Thank you very much, guys. Those two guys with the questions, if you put your hand up, we'll give you your little packs. There's some information about my business, bit of self-promotion here, Hot Property Buyers Agency. I'll leave them at the back of the room. Thank you very much.